Hello and welcome to New Faces Podcast, bringing new faces to new places. We are on video today, baby.
Woo woo.
Let's do it.
Hey, let's get it.
Unfortunately, Trell's not here.
There's always somebody missing though nowadays, guys.
Always. So I'm always paying for someone extra. That's fine. Whatever. I got you guys. No doubt. All right.
The hustle.
The grind is real.
So New Faces Podcast, baby. Of course, we got Grunza in the studio.
What's up? Glad to be here.
Grunza made it.
Glad to have you guys with us.
Yes. He's always here because this is
his house.
Yeah. So he's always going to be here no matter what.
Pretty much how it goes.
Yeah.
That's just the way she goes, kids.
And we got Ferk in here.
Gang. What's up, everybody?
How we doing?
That's
all right. We got a lot to talk about today. We got Porzingis.
Sheesh. We got a lot to talk about.
We got a lot to talk about. Matt. We got March Madness coming through. We got MLB opening day. But first, we're going to start this off a little sad. Rest in peace to Nipsey HUSSLE. Great artist, great human being, great, just family
role
man,
model.
community man, role model, absolutely the whole deal. He was doing so much for LA, and it's unfortunate that someone had to take his life away for no reason really. It's just upsetting as hell.
Very upsetting.
Yeah, let's let it known the story's still kind of developing.
Right. But
apparently they captured some guy, but I don't really know if they not captured, but they figured out a suspect.
Really?
Yeah.
But I don't know if they got him yet or anything.
There's been a bunch of stories about about this guy who wasn't allowed in the store, and he waited until Nipsey came out and then shot him, then came back and shot him again to make sure he was dead, and ran away, and there was a getaway car and all that stuff. So it's I don't know. With Nipsey, it's Nipsey done so much for your community. To get shot in front of your own store, in front of your own daughter, and in your own city, that's just...
Pretty sure he owned that whole plaza.
Yeah, he did.
He was giving out businesses
he was giving out jobs and all that.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just disgusting. How every time we say he was more than just an artist, it feels like...
Seems like cliche.
Yeah.
But
honestly, realistically, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The day after he died, he actually had a meeting scheduled with the LA police to try to curb gang violence and stuff, and try to see how they could get gun violence down and shit. That's that's fucked. Why couldn't it just be one of these fucking I don't want to sound because you don't want it to be anybody, but
right.
You'd much rather it be someone who's not helping the community out than fucking someone who's making a difference and actually helping people's lives and shit.
And it's just disgusting. There's no reason for it. There was no at all. He was, man. There's just I'm kind of speechless about it still. I didn't even want to believe it at all. I was just this is fucking sickening.
I know. I was on the way back from Kutztown and I was talking with Cody Roop and we were just talking about underrated albums from last year and shit. And I brought up Nipsey Hussle. We went on a 30-minute Nipsey Hussle rant, and then an hour after he dropped me off at my house when we got back to the area, I was oh shit, he died, and I was well, he didn't die at that point, but he was the news came out about him getting shot, and I was messaged him. I was dude, what? We were just talking about him. And
it's crazy to think that he got shot. The news was he got shot 6 times, right? And it was you're sitting there going damn, he got shot 6 times, but he's still alive.
That's
Nipsey can't die.
Shit.
Yeah, you're he can't die. But I'm no one gets shot 6 times and
fucking lives.
Yeah, but I was thinking you're it's these artists that are big, that are so much deeper than just the music. You think that they can't die. When Mac died, you're he's not dead. No. He can't die.
Right.
It's weird to just think one day you have a normal life and then the next day you're gone.
And we gotta you gotta feel for his kids and his wife.
Oh yeah.
She thought
I'm pretty sure one of his I think his daughter was with him when he got
I believe so.
That's traumatizing. That's super traumatizing.
Super. And I think that's true. I don't want
to say it is true, but
I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure I heard that, but again, I wasn't there. Obviously, I don't know. But there's not been one bad story about Nipsey, and to all the people I've been on Twitter that day he passed away. A bunch of people were oh, now you're all Nipsey fans, and the LGBT community was happy he was dead and shit. I was yo, this is so fucked up. Because he said I guess he posted on Instagram about gay. He was talking about it was a picture of a bunch of African American people, and he was this is what it's meant to be. So I forget the whole quote, but he said something about it's not homosexuals or whatever. And like he was talking about something completely different. Like there was a video on the Breakfast Club of him talking about how everyone took that out of context. And everyone's like, oh, I'm glad, like everyone, not everyone in the LGBT community, but most people were like, I'm glad he's dead. And I'm like, yo, fuck you. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, why are we doing that? There's no, even if, like, he said some things like that, I don't know. I think that's a little, I never
justify someone's death.
Never. And I'm, XXX Tentacion, for example. I've never been a fan of him. All the stuff that happened to him where he like beat his girlfriend ever. I wasn't like, oh yay, he's dead. Like I was like, it's still sad because he got shot and killed. Like it, you know, he was maybe trying to better himself, whatever. But you don't cheer for somebody's death.
No, that's fucked up. Yeah, you can't. Like, and that whole thing about people nowadays, I don't understand why everybody has to like. You have to like point out that like, or try to like make a point that people like didn't care about them before then or whatever. Like. Yeah. Regardless if you didn't follow them or not before then, like they're a human being, like have some compassion and fucking like.
Exactly, man. Like, goddamn.
Yeah, like a lot of Michael Jackson songs I didn't listen to until after he died.
Right. Exactly.
Because he's in the news. Like even with Mac, like his album shot back up after he died. Even with like that's what's gonna happen with Nipsey. Like that's just
absolutely. Oh yeah, and it's good for him because he owns his own masters. So like all the money's gonna go directly
to his family.
And directly to his family.
Yeah.
Which is well deserved, of course.
So a lot of times when something like that happens, the family gets screwed out of the money pretty heavily with that. Like the record company ends up making the buck on that.
You see that with Capital Steez.
Yeah.
So there's not like. I mean,
if you don't know, go back to our Capital Steez episode.
Yes.
Well, we had crazy conspiracies on that one.
I don't remember even what episode that was, to be quite honest with you.
2 or 3.
That was really, it was probably one of our first ones.
Yeah.
Like as a collective. But I don't even know what, I mean, we've seen so many people, you know, from guys like Drake, Meek Mill, Vince Staples. Dave East was just out in New York last night, I believe.
Yeah.
Saying,
shutting down traffic.
Yeah.
Sitting on top of his car.
Yeah. Just like giving his speech about Nipsey and how great he was to the community and how great he was in general. Like, it's just like, how can you, like, just do that? Like, he's turning that community around and you fucking kill him. Like,
yeah.
God damn, man. Like, shit.